All right, quick story time about the two R8s that I did own at one point that I haven't talked about much on this page. But the first one I bought, I was 24 years old. It was a first generation. It was a 2008 V8 R8, which I got from California. I bought it sight unseen. I flew out there, checked it out for like 20 minutes. I didn't buy it in the correct way you're supposed to buy these type of cars. You're supposed to get like a PPI, like a pre-purchase inspection. And I didn't do any of that. I took the guy's word for it. He said it drove great. He had quite the collection. He had Lamborghinis, Rolls Royce, and this R8. So I assumed, hey, he's a car guy. You know, it should run fine. So I bought it. And I actually invited my pops out with me just to kind of, you know, cherish the moment. So he came with me. We drove it home, and right away, within 20 minutes on the road, the AC went out. And so right away I text the guy. I'm like, hey, this is kind of weird. I just bought the car and it's only been 20 minutes and the AC shut off, and maybe it's just a fluke. But he kind of played dumb, and he was just like, yeah, that's weird. So I was like, it's a done deal now. It's my car. I can't, you know, do a refund. And plus I didn't want to give the car back anyway. I was so excited that I was like, whatever, I'll figure out the AC later. But mind you, this is in August. I forget the year, but it was in August, driving home from California to Arizona. And it was about a 6-hour drive, and it was hot as hell the whole way home. So long story short, with this first R8, I do get it home. I enjoy the car for about 4 or 5 months. And then I got this gear light that came on one day, and it said, gearbox malfunction, please see dealer. So I took it to the dealer, and they hit me with a $22,000 repair to fix this gearbox issue. So I dumped the car. I sold it cheap. I took a loss on it. I actually sold it to a guy here in Gilbert. His name's Luke, real estate investor. You guys may see my first R8 driving around. That was a sweet ride. The matte black wrap with the carbon fiber accents, I think that had the coolest look. Aside from a couple of issues I had, that R8, man, that was a dream to drive. Now the second R8 I got, this is about 2 years later, I got the itch again. And I said, if I'm gonna do this again, I wanna get the V10. So the second time around, I got the 2011 5.2 liter V10 engine. For those of you who don't know, that's the same engine, basically the same car as a Lamborghini Gallardo. They share all the same parts. They're both made by Volkswagen. So I had that car for a little bit, and you know, the second one didn't really give me any issues. I kind of scratched that itch, and I said, okay, I had my fun with it. So I sold it to a good friend of mine now. His name's Miguel. He bought it, or actually, no, I'm sorry. We traded. He gave me a Bronco for the R8, and I eventually sold the Bronco for just about as much as I bought the R8 for. So I broke even. So between the two of them, I lost a little bit of money, but for the experience and to drive those cars around for, you know, the 8 months that I had them, it was definitely worth the loss that I took. But aside from those two, those are the only two cars that I've lost money on when it comes to flipping. As expected with cars like that. But I bought a bunch of cool cars. I'd love to share more about it, but that's kind of the story behind the two R8s.